Hey guys, Diana here from strategicfinances.net, empowering women to build wealth online. So I went through this series on how to achieve financial freedom. This is the second to last video in the series and all focused on solutions. So in part one, I talked about, well, in part one, I talked about, our two main objectives when we become an adult and we start working a job or start working our business. We bring money in, we want to provide for our current lifestyle and our future lifestyle simultaneously. But I went in on the four challenges. Okay, each video was a challenge, and first we talked about inflation, we talked about taxes, we talked about debt, and we talked about big business. And then I went in on the solutions. The very last video I did, I talked about the W-4, because 80% of Americans have their W-4 filled out correctly. 80% of Americans work a job, and most of those Americans have their W-4 filled out incorrectly. So if you fill out your W-4 correctly, you'll actually pay less in taxes. You're not going to overpay in taxes, because if you get a refund, you're overpaying in taxes. And so in this solution, what you can do to specifically minimize your taxes is you can start a business. And if you've already started a business, you're not getting the most out of that business. And I'm not talking about just making sales. No, which that's important. That's why you're in business. You need to be making sales. You need to be making an attempt to earn money. But just as soon as you have a business, adjust that W-4 like I directed you to do in the very last video. And what you're going to do is put that you started a business, right? I'll share a video on how you can do that and what that looks like. But basically start the business. And if you can keep good records, you can actually save around let's just say $20,000. Let's just be really, really conservative. Let's say you save $5,000 a year just in taxes, just in tax savings from having a business. So like I said in a different video, as an employee, you're going to pay 30 to 40% in taxes, right? But once you become a business owner, and you don't have to go out and get an LLC or a corporation, have a business structure right away. Actually, being a sole proprietor is meaning you are conducting business as yourself, like me, Diana Grace Thompson. I could conduct business as Diana Grace Thompson and get the tax benefits. The same tax benefits that you would have as an LLC, you have as a sole proprietor. So what happens is, so this is an employee, but as a business owner, let's say, for example, you took advantage of an online business, right? As a business owner, because you're all leveraging a system, and so as a business owner, you can lower your taxes and you can pay 20 to 30%. So you're automatically lowering your taxes. Why? Because you have business expenses. And business expenses meaning, for example, if you are a hairstylist and you have to, so this works for business owners, this works for self-employed people as well. If you are a hairstylist and you go out and buy, hair bundles or, a comb and a brush and a flat iron, if you keep the receipts, that receipt will equal cash, essentially. And what happens is you will lower your taxable income. So say you made $100,000 in your business, but you had like $20,000 worth of business expenses, things that you needed to purchase in order to properly run your business. Now that $100,000 that you would have been taxed on becomes $80,000 that you're taxed on. So let me write that down. So if you receive $100,000, right, in your business, right, you're gonna subtract 20,000 in expenses, things you needed for your business. And if you keep those receipts and document, you will actually be taxed on 80,000. So that lowers your taxable income, literally. So I don't know the numbers, but for every just to say, for example, for every $1,000 you earn, that's like $200 in actual money kept into your pocket. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to have a business, because that is the only way to minimize your taxes. And I just showed you how, because of business expenses. So you're actually going to pay less in taxes, okay? So that's what I got for you. And then let alone the business income, right? If you actually create income, you got profit. So you got tax savings and you have profit. Your cash flow has gone up. Now you've overcome the tax issue, and you can minimize taxes even more. It doesn't stop there, but that's way better than just paying too much in taxes, right? So you can minimize your taxes, increase your cash flow through business income, and then use that money to eliminate debt, right? Now you're like overcoming these challenges that I went through. And now one of the first challenges with inflation that I mentioned, I'm going to talk about in the last video in this series, how to overcome inflation. So subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell to see the next video. Download my free 8-step game plan to increase your cash flow in 2020. Click the link below. See you in the next video.